Hey, hi guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be today's topic for the 10th. So we're finally caught up to where I like to be now. Sorry, I've been gone for a little bit. This has been a rocky little week, but let's go ahead and begin. And as always, this is the series of videos where if you'd like to enter to win a free read with me, you can do so just by writing the word empowered in the comment section, being a subscriber, and giving this video a thumbs up. Those three things in combo is what gets you entered to win. I do choose one subscriber each week, and I will do the free reading in a public way so that everyone can view it if they'd like to, just so there's never any question mark as to who the winner actually is. So lately I've been doing that free reading for someone on Monday, just so you know. All right, so here we go. We are starting out with that Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles starts out with a vibe of equal give and take, but on this one, it makes me think that on the 10th, there's a little bit of like, tell me more, energy, like from Greece. It just seems like there's a little bit of gossip, and it's like people are hanging on her every word, like, oh my gosh, tell me more about this. It's a give and take, but it's more like this feels more, instead of it being work related, instead of it being like equal energy between romantic partners, it feels like friends are giving advice. They're wanting to hear the whole story. Everyone is kind of like involved. Maybe it is, not necessarily people gossiping about romance, like, oh, tell us all about your new boo or whatever. It could be something along those lines, though. But they just look very like raptured, that they're just really wrapped up in the story right now that she's telling. And I just can't help but say, ooh, elixir of life. Okay, so this could actually be somebody who is all of a sudden gaining a lot of interest in whatever it is that they do. If this person is there's somebody who is a teacher, their students are very interested. If this is somebody who is like public speaking, they've got interest in what they have to say. Either we have a character who what they present is like the elixir of life, and that's, they have like a magnetism to them. Somebody could be giving some interesting talk or attending some interesting talk that is very informative. It could be about like quality of life, longevity of one's lifespan, health and wellness topics, things along those lines. Or it could be about anything that captivates our attention. We see roses here, so we look at romance, but we've got this energy of something fun, something that would really fill someone's mind and creative spark. But I feel like this is all about exciting conversation. Maybe somebody needs to listen to a great podcast or a codpast if they're fish. I don't know. It feels like somebody is attending a talk or a seminar or listening to a speaker, and it's well worth the time because it sparks something exciting within the listeners. So whether our lead character is the speaker or the listener, whatever this is, it's nice energy for sure. Let's keep going with this. I like it when we get messages that are a little bit broader. Okay, we've got a King of Wands. Hold on, what are our next two? We've got the Magician sideways and the Wheel of Fortune upright. So whatever this conversation is, whatever this give and take is, I'm feeling like this is the way I'm going to tell this story. One of the individuals who may listen to a lesson, a seminar, something informative, they may feel very jazzed all of a sudden. And that might make them look at life a little differently, in a brighter way, a sunnier way, a more beautiful way. And that is tantamount to what happens next, because I feel like this character is about to meet a King of Wands. Somebody that it's just right. It's not someone that they could have manifested, not at least until now. And the manifestation is very subtle, if anything. This is not somebody who goes, okay, I listened to some kind of like, how do I say this gently? If this is somebody who's hearing inspirational words, there's lots of different things that can inspire us, and things can inspire us in different ways. Sometimes we hear somebody, outpouring a persuasive argument that's very impassioned, and it's all about, you should be fed up with this, you need to not tolerate that, you need to change this. And people walk away and they're like, yeah, I'm all fired up, yeah, that's what I'm going to do, I'm not going to take crap anymore. But that's not what this is. This is the kind of inspiration where somebody goes, you know what, you're right, like, life is beautiful, I feel beautiful, I feel like I'm meant to be here, I feel like, there is something magical about this entire thing that we call life. And I'm in a better mood because I just heard something that really touched a chord within me. I mean, this Elixir of Life card it says it all. We can see the beauty, we can see, even her hair is being lifted. Whether it's this masculine or feminine doesn't matter. It could be somebody's feeling very feminine and empowered, though, in that femininity. Whether it's masculine or feminine doesn't matter, but the energy of the divine feminine seems to be like uplifting. And what's so interesting is they haven't been encouraged to like ferociously manifest and demand this and that out of life. Instead, it's like this simple, easy, like through this power of osmosis, things have shifted within them effortlessly. Timelines have shifted, and we have an amazing king. A king of wands in the upright is fabulous. They are kind, they are loving, they are a prime example of the most lovely energy of a divine masculine. Passionate, open hearted, good communicator, protective over those that they love. They can cry when they hear a great song without shame. They're in touch with their emotions, and they revel in it, that life is to be experienced, it's to be emoted and felt, and they have no shame about it. So it's a really powerful divine masculine energy. And I feel like it looks to me like we've got a feminine who's attracting this kind of masculine into their life right now. There has been some change here with this Wheel of Fortune. It's been effortless for both parties. There's just a change in the air, a change in the wind that is making, I'm going to say, relationships easier, which is so nice because oftentimes that's not the stories that we get. We get conflict and drama and pain and, needing to heal and needing to let go. And this story is the exact reverse. This is very, we have strength, we have 9 of Pentacles. There is a contented energy in this, and we have 2 complementary and powerful individuals that just kind of melt into each other's lives without attempting to, without forcing it, without feeling like they have to over orchestrate it. And yet here it is. It really stems from the fact that somebody has been inspired to feel more beautiful in who they are and the opportunity to live life. And in that state of grace and gratitude, that's where the power is. That's where the real satisfaction of one's life is. And I think that is exactly why they are attracting someone who has also found that same thing to be true. They love life. They love their own life. They love who they are. They love connecting with others. It's a privilege to get to experience emotional bonds with others. It's just really, really lovely. I think that this whole storyline so far has been Queen of Cups. This is now we know who our character is. It's not at all a surprise that she would be in her best energy, that she would feel so warm, that she would feel so comfortable. It's because she surrounded herself, I'm going to say, with the right kind of positive, uplifting thought processes and inspiration that really brought her back into her best qualities, her most loving, her most satisfied, her most she cares about herself, she cares about those around her. She expresses love, but with a maturity to it, so it's not like trying to overgive. She's in a really good vibe, and it was time that these two meet. From everything that we can tell, it was just time that these two could meet. Let me see just a little bit more here. We have got a King of Cups in the reverse, and we've got the Judgment card. This is a story where we've had a divine feminine who has reached a place within themselves where they're able to let go of a partnership that once upon a time they thought this was their person. Once upon a time it probably was their person. Or let's say, let me change the wording on that. This is a king and a queen, but unfortunately that king is in the reverse. It was someone who could have matched but maybe had a lot of karmic stuff to still work through. She's recognizing that and she's accepting that and she's making a judgment call on it with love, releasing them with love. We've been getting that story a lot lately where it's letting go of exes with love and truly releasing it, not feeling or harboring harsh energy. Tell me about that King of Wands, because that King of Wands, I want to know what they're thinking of her. Queen of Swords, Nine of Cups. So they don't know that she's a Queen of Cups. They see her as a Queen of Swords, someone who is very intuitive, but also very logical. Someone who is uncanny in the things that they seem to sense and know. They know that she trusts some unseen forces that guide her. They see her as self-satisfied. They see her as somebody that's got, like, she's kind of doing her own thing. That might be exactly why they are already falling for her, because it's like, wow, that person is extremely well put together. And I think that they see her as somebody that they can't easily approach. Like, she's probably got a pretty good boundary around her, because she's busy making sure her life is filled with positive things right now. She's not standoffish, though. I just kind of think that they see her as somebody that they respect, someone that you don't mess with this individual. You speak truth to them. Now, they don't know the softer side of her. So I'm wondering if she's been showing up for a while in her own life as more of a Queen of Swords, because that's how the King of Wands sees her. But they also know that she's been, like really focusing on trying to make her own life more satisfying. But I think that they might have just a little bit of, not intimidation, but they know that she comes across as somebody who's powerful. Tell me more about the King. Okay, so they're saying, yeah, I get that. I think she's just my kind. I can see she's intelligent. I can see she matches my vibe. This is somebody I would love to have some fun verbal sparring with. So keep in mind, they are a King of Wands, but they see her as a King of Swords and they go, I could match her like that. I could be that King of Swords to her Queen of Swords. Heck yeah, I could roll that in that energy. I'm great with that. Truthful. We could both be truthful with each other, not just warm and loving, but first we could establish trust. I feel like both of these characters maybe will have some awesome, like, dry humor together. Um, they may have a particular kind of dialogue between them that could be hilarious, because it would be so completely like without any, like, almost too deadpan, the kind of deadpan, like, right now who comes to mind is Stephen Wright. I love that comedian. He's so funny to me. um, I'm a big fan of, like, offbeat humor and deadpan and really, like, just different tempos, that catches me by surprise, and I enjoy what I don't expect. And I'm picturing, like, the two of them could have a certain level of, like, intense comedy kind of conversation between them, where it's very dry and precise, but really funny. They But in reality, they're also going to be really truthful. There's no hiding behind anything here. Both of them are actually incredibly warm, wonderful people, but they may only show, like, not a mask, not a facade, but they may approach one another and interact with each other in a very business-like manner. Maybe they do business together. Maybe that's how they meet each other first, is through business aspects, and nothing more than business aspects. Um, and yet he's already interested. He's like, yes, I could definitely find a way to interact with her at her level, and then bond with her in a more, like, formal sense, and then see what's behind the scene. I, we got a Two of Swords. They both are hiding a little bit. Five of Wands. Talk about verbal sparring. And then we've got the High Priest. I kind of feel like these two are headed for a real romance. Like, this is definitely a new energy, right? that we're talking about in this story. But it's like on the 10th, we have somebody who's shifting their energy. They're happier than they've been in a long time, whoever this divine feminine is. And at the same moment in time, we have the emergence of this King of Wands who is looking at her. They don't know how soft she is on the inside. Him, her, it doesn't matter. I don't read for genders. But they are very intrigued and they would like to match her energy. They think she's a Queen of Swords. They want to be that King of Swords. I feel like these two, nobody's ready to like lay everything on the line right away, but there's already mutual respect. There's also, I think, a nice opportunity for these two to kind of challenge each other at that intellectual level. That's why I'm thinking that they meet as business partners or, doing business first. And then from there, here we go. Now we're getting into some kind of closeness, some kind of bond. This is like two people know right out of the gate, I'm marrying you. I don't know how I know, I just know. But you see how we've got this religious figure, like you can't even see their face because they're holding up, I don't know what this item is. I should know the name of this. But in any case, it has a cross on it, but it's positioned just so that we can't see the full-on face of it. It's like the way I see this high priest card is, or hierophant in this case, is they already know. They already know we're going to end up together, but that's not what they're going to open the conversation with. This is more like, I know it and you know it's in the back of our minds. We both know it. We're not going to admit it. We might even fight it for just a little bit because we've got to first establish something between us. And we want to really show each other respect. I think these two dance around it just a little bit at first. They dance around turning this into a romance. I think if they're going to have any challenge at all, it will be who makes the first move to say, I'm actually not just a King of Swords, I'm the King of Wands and I'm really interested in you. Or, I'm not just the Queen of Swords, I'm actually the Queen of Cups. And I would like to be much softer and much gentler. I'd like to run my fingers through your curly auburn hair. It's like, when are they going to shift from this formal energy into that soft, loving, passionate energy that we see that is within both of them? This is two people who have a lot more depth to them, but they're very respectful and respectable. And I think they will be a wonderful match once they get a chance to kind of like shift gears just a little bit from formal to passionate. Because these two, remember, this is Wheel of Fortune. It was just the right time for these two to meet, but it does not begin with a smoldering romance. Instead, the romance does smolder, but it's under the surface for a little bit. First, it's respect, building some like-minded energy and understanding, and then their only hurdle is to actually admit, so I'm really very interested in you. I think the reason this is coming in now is, or this is beginning for these characters, is because these were the first two cards. On the 10th, we have somebody whose energy is shifting. It is the divine feminine's energy that's shifting, becoming more, like I say, more in love with their life, more content, more inspired, more romantic, more lifted. And again, this could be masculine just as easily, but I'm saying it's the divine feminine energy in its best form that seems to be really present. And that seems to be bringing a lot of balance and a lot of light into somebody's energy. And in turn, it's impacting what enters into their world. And it turns out we've got something very light and very loving entering our character's world. That's really nice to see. All right, guys, thank you so much for being here. If you do enjoy the channel, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe. I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.